Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, the frequencies of the earth are changing at this present time. You can probably all feel that. Well, what it really means is the Tibetan symbols may not be as palatable as they used to be to the ear as we become more sensitive and open to the vibrations around us. So I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using a Gaia chime to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful and turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. And let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your monthly reading for May. Firstly, happy birthday to all those wonderful Taurians who have already had their birthday. I hope you had the most magical time indeed. And of course, happy birthday to all you wonderful Taurians whose birthday is yet to come. I really hope you have a most incredible month ahead of you. And of course, May has arrived. We're finally leaving all those horrendous retrogrades and eclipses in the dust, thankfully. Well, May is mostly calm. I say mostly, but the month of May will offer very auspicious vibrations, a steadier pace, and a moment to really breathe with harmonious trines to get centered and focus on what truly makes you happy and secure. Now, personally, I'm a little bit suspicious that the planetary alignments are presenting as quite calm for the majority of the month. Now, most people might see that as super positive, and I really do as well. However, we do have a full moon in Scorpio in opposition to Uranus on the 12th of May. Now, I'm a Scorpio, and if I know one thing, when that energy goes quiet, Scorpio, if they go quiet, it's time to run. Something big is coming. So the beginning of May could literally be the calm before the storm, as this full moon could get a little volatile and intense and leave you feeling a little bit sensitive. Now, the alignments are shifting into positions that will pack some serious punch later on, especially since heavyweight planet Saturn, ruler of karma, it makes a massive shift from the 28th of May into the sign of Aries. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and really recognize that we've officially moved into your beautiful season, my beautiful Taurians, ruled by Venus, of course. So let's take a moment to enjoy all the positive aspects it will offer us on a personal level, for it will increase your ability to release pressure, find peace, and lock on to opportunities to increase and safeguard your wealth, as well as comfort and joy. Now, you may feel inclined to beautify your home, do some DIY, declutter, or revamp with a fresh new color palette, whatever keeps your home feeling fresh and a sanctuary of calm. Plus, Jupiter, my favorite planet of all, good fortune, of course, it moves into Gemini, expanding opportunities for fun, social gatherings, travel, and double the luck, especially if you have meetings or presentations, or even run online businesses. But no matter what you do, the first part of the month shall see you shine and attract. Even love if you're searching for someone special to share your life with. Now, this month is a perfect time to ground your energy, embrace your sensual side, and delight your senses with moments of pleasure and leisure. You may feel compelled to get a little explorative with food this month and develop your kitchen witch or wizard, trying out new recipes, prioritizing your health, and being more consistent with any routines that help empower you, attending festivities, cultural events, and planning vacational getaways to help really decompress. But let's really face the facts. Your season will really keep you focused on your finances, offering careful attention to build upon long-term goals and gains, whilst utilizing new technology to keep track of your finances, secure and compound wealth as well. Now, stability will be at the forefront of your mind. You may have a thirst to learn more about financial structures to make your money work for you, whether that's through professional advice or self-help books. It's a great time to save financial statements to confirm your liquidity, whether you have a little bit or a lot, just in case glitches occur or gremlins meddle in the system. Now, your season, it really asks you to rebalance, to find natural stillness, connect to the earth, to not feel so overwhelmed, and of course, nurture relationships with your soul tribe. Now, in terms of world events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, fast forward to the part where I hold up your first card, okay? Because astrologically, we are repeating a cycle from 1992 right through to 1999. Now, we only need to look back at that period in time to really understand what might be destined to arise. 1999 saw the launch of a new currency, the euro, so we may hear whispers of digital currency transitions as a soft launch before the big rollout. I'm drawn to the financials of this month because your season influences wealth and currency in a really big way. We'll see more fluctuations with tense trade discussions. However, your season will really try to hold it all together with patience and long-term views of shifting back towards balance. Of course, because of that Venus influence. Now, we could see a country or countries finally breaking away from a long-standing financial structure in favor of independence, causing a major power struggle later on in the year. Also, an ambitious move to conquer or overthrow may see an authoritative figure forced from their position, but they really will not go quietly, let me tell you. And I also see a flash of a motorcade in conflict. Now, I'm not sure where this is or who's involved, but it's something to look out for as well. Now, the golden era of information and truth being revealed is already in motion. Your season will see a confrontation of unfair manipulations, which opens humanity's eyes even further, nudging a rebellion against societal structures in favor of personal freedom and belief systems. So, for example, let's see how this could transition. We have Mars-Pluto opposition, a cosmic boiling point, which could heavily influence wild weather in and around the 14th of May. And as Mars actually appears next to the Beehive star cluster, we could see, the focus around the decline of bees. Catastrophic in terms of ecosystem disruption, of course, and the revolutionary vibration could see a fight to save the farming industry. So that's how, these energies could work out in terms of standing up, against certain structures. Now, of course, we'll continue to see seismic shifts and volcanic eruptions. We're in your earth element season, so it's all about the earth. And I've mentioned the Ring of Fire numerous times. 2 major volcanoes spewing ash close together in date could be a sign of a larger Pacific Ocean event to come. My guides gave me a triple earth movement shall affect many. A horseshoe caldera, which burns inside on the Aleutian arc, shall erupt and be a sign. I know, it sounds like a bit of a cryptic conundrum there, but perhaps there's some sort of link of what is to come there. Now, the energies are currently operating to release pressure. We can all feel that, okay, both on a global and personal scale. But on a personal level, this month will influence you to pay more attention to your values, your belief system, and your appearance, sustaining beauty routines and treating yourself with a little something something. Your season reminds you of quality over quantity, and it always offers some form of reward, bonus, or prosperity, as it is a harvest month. There's a lot to look forward to, but most importantly, May will offer you a positive positive expansion, connection with those you consider dear, and it reinforces an importance of purpose and self-care whilst opening up portals of opportunity for you to build upon for the future. Now, I see a lot of you taking charge of your life. It's all about direction this month. I'm just going to put all your cards in the necessary upright position because I'm only reading the uprights there, okay? So I definitely see a lot of you are going to be a little bit more sociable this month. I mean, that's not a surprise since your 7th house is governing you this month, and that's all about partnerships, people in your everyday circumstances, deepening partnerships, alliances, whether they are in your family, your neighbors, businesses, or your soul tribe, you know, anybody that you trust really. It could be that you're decluttering when it comes to who you spend time with, or it could be that you're prioritizing who's important to you this month as well. And of course, you'll be more discerning about the company that you keep and who's really got your back there. But your first card is surrender. Okay, so this is the Hangman energy. So it's almost like a lot of you are reaching a milestone kind of energy where, you know, you're trying to see things from a different perspective. A lot of you may be looking at the sacrifices that you make in order to make your life work, okay? Especially this card, it's got the card of surrender. So it can be that you're surrendering to a new year, new knowledge. You're thinking about your legacy. You're thinking about the path that you've been on. You're thinking about the milestone that you're at right now and where you really want to take life to next. As you can see there, we've got a little maze in the gut instinct. So some of you could feel a little bit like very philosophical questioning, like, where do I belong? Am I heading in the right direction? Am I still on the path that I want to be on? Because this is you literally checking in with yourself this month with that card, you know, and I feel this is about you finding your way. This Hangman is actually holding a star, and you have the star here, so this can indicate a moment of clarity about a directional change, or it could be something you've been searching for. You suddenly discover it in the month of May, and it helps you make progress or move forward on something there, okay? Now, of course, this card can indicate relax. It can indicate a desire to take stock of things and just wait and pause and really reflect on who you are and what you want, okay? Because we do have the Judgment card there as well. So this can indicate a lot of you are exhausted right now, and it's like this month you're really treating yourself and honoring a moment of pause, okay? And this pause can be to reflect, especially since you have that Judgment energy. This, again, is all about your sense of purpose, but it can also be that you know something needs to change and you are basically tapping into what makes you happy. 10 of Cups is you spending time with the people you really care about, but it's also the dream of prosperity that you have and really locking onto your goals of good fortune, well-being, and peace of mind. So I feel this is, of course, your protagonist energy, and it basically means you're looking for the missing ingredient, the thing that you feel that you're in search of or that you see as a goal. And you may feel with that Hangman that you've had some setbacks. If you look at that maze, it can be that you've been on a path and you've hit a brick wall, whether that's through tiredness, exhaustion, or feeling fed up of the way things have always been. I feel like you're going to try and shake things up a little bit this month in order to get back on track. But also the card of surrender can indicate, you know, waiting or taking stock of something. If you're waiting for some sort of information, I mean, the Knight of Cups, it's offered to you at the end of the month. We do have the Five of Wands there, so this can indicate that you have a lot on your to-do list, or, you know, as soon as you get this information, there's a flurry of activity. But with the Emperor energy, it indicates that you're locked onto your goals, this sense of purpose, you're taking charge of your life, and I feel like you are looking not just at the immediate moment, but you're kind of like looking at your 5-year plans as well there. But the Surrender card can indicate that some of you are booking a bit of a respite, a little getaway, maybe even a quick trip somewhere for some of you. So I get this energy of just recuperating your energy, but also revitalizing your spirits, because the Knight of Cups is really to almost like encourage you falling back in love with your life again, replenishing and really refocusing on your goals and the vision that you have for the future. But also it is about you attracting things into your life. I mean, I do see for all of you this month, there's going to be a heightened sense of awareness, but also a heightened sense of emotion to really find that missing ingredient and kind of like fall back in love with life. I feel you have been under a lot of pressure. I mean, it's almost like the beginning of the month, you've still got a lot of things on your to-do list, right? You're still working away towards your goals and dreams, but this flurry of activity, it just feels like you're a bit busier at the end of the month. The beginning of the month feels like there is a nicer pace to it. You could be ruminating on a decision, and when you make that decision, then, there is this launching yourself into making it happen, and you're going to be very successful in it, whatever it is. Now, the Judgment card and the Surrender card together, these are two cards of letting something go in order to embrace something else. So it could be that you are leaving something behind, whether this is, a cathartic experience, letting go of emotions that perhaps have been very heavy on you recently, or whether this is you detoxifying because you have the star energy. A lot of you could be cutting something out and saying, actually, that doesn't work for me, or I don't like that anymore, or I've had too much of that excess. Or perhaps it's something that you're just outgrowing right now in order to embrace something new. So I feel this Judgment is you taking stock of your life, especially with that Surrender card, the Hangman. This is you pausing to think, a period of suspension in order to say, okay, I'm moving forward at this time, and actually I'm cutting this out, whether it is you detoxifying in terms of food or, some sort of beverage, for example, or whether it is you locked onto a goal and saying, I need to prioritize this at this time and put other things to the side, because this could be that you're sacrificing something that you've been doing that you feel can be done another time. So you could be shelving some plans or shelving something that's on your to-do list in favor of something that's more important at this time. And I definitely see that it'll free up your time and your energy and give you a breath, because sometimes as humans, we always feel like we have to do it now. We have so much to do and we feel like, oh my gosh, I got to do this, I got to do that, So I feel this month is all about prioritizing for you, because you have the Emperor there, and it's really about saying, this is important, this is not. I can do this another time, and this one I've got to do now. So I feel you're really organized, structured, and I feel there's a positive planning going on here that sees you make progress in any area that you are focused on. But because we're in your birthday season, whether you've just had a birthday or you have one yet to come, the Emperor is all about maturity. So it can be that you're deep in thought about your journey, your sense of purpose, how far you've come, where you are right now, and where you want to take things next to. And this 10 of Cups, it indicates, of course, you want to be happy. I mean, who doesn't? But the 10 of Cups is basically, when everything is coming together. I do feel this sense of contentment. It's almost like you're really grateful for everything that you have right now, even the things that you feel like you do not have, which actually will attract more opportunity into your life. So that's super positive indeed. The 10 of Cups, a lot of you could be very family oriented because of that 7th house. So you could be, maybe in the company of your nearest and dearest, or there could be some sort of gathering, maybe even for a celebration of your birthday, for example. But the Judgment card and Hangman can indicate some of you, whether it's through family members or even people that you connect with this month, there may be someone who is a little bit judgmental, and you may be keeping your distance from this person, okay? I feel there is an energy here of you, like, not avoiding this person or the issue. It's like you acknowledge them, but you keep distance in order to protect your inner peace. And this person, they notice by your actions that they need to adjust their behavior. I see an adjustment here. And ultimately, I feel this person does not want to lose you from their life. Now, this could be in business, doesn't have to be a family member. This could also be a neighbor trying to strengthen relations, for example. So please take it as it resonates. But the 10 of Cups, this is your protagonist energy. You are locking into things that bring you joy, things that would truly make you feel happy. And of course, 10 of Cups can indicate that you're going to be going out there celebrating with people that you really care about, but also making sure that you hydrate, okay? So this could be you kind of judging how much water that you actually digest, and you may feel that you've been so busy on the go that sometimes you've been neglecting your own needs, right down to even how much water that you drink. So I feel this is like a fair assessment of you kind of going, okay, I need to take stock of how I'm treating myself and how busy I am, because that 5 of Wands indicates a lot of pressure, a lot of things on your to-do list. And I feel here, for some of you, this is you kind of saying, okay, I need to factor in all of the aspects, okay? Looking after your body, mind, and soul. I mean, I have to say, the beginning of the month for you feels a little bit more like effortless. You know, Ten of Cups is like you having pleasure and fun and actually acknowledging that you're really accomplished. You've done so much with the circumstances that you've got, even when you feel tested, because I feel a lot of you have been tested there. Six of Swords and the Star in this position indicates you've been going through a turbulent time. And for some of you, I just get this energy. It hasn't been fair in the energy. You've been holding it all together recently. And I feel there is a readjustment, okay? I feel like you're being moved towards something greater in your life. There is a transition period that you've been going through, and I feel it's almost like you may be trying to do something bold, daring, and new in your life, and it just feels like a lot of pressure, because what I'm seeing is, you know, no matter who you are, whether you're working, whether you're retired, whether you are a stay-at-home mom, whether you are a carer, no matter your circumstances, okay, what I see is you trying to do something new or get something new off the ground, or like do something you've never done before, but at the same time, you're trying to sustain something that you already do. So it feels like extra pressure that you're now doing excess. Okay, I'm just getting this energy of excess, but prioritizing this month, you're going to feel so proud of yourself and all the things that you get done. Because I feel like you're locked onto your goals, you have a plan, and, you know, I feel like you're just checking in with the plan and looking at, you know, the direction that you want to be heading in at this time. Now, of course, the Star is in the resistance position. So with the Hangman in the position it's in, a lot of you have not been giving yourself a moment's rest or listening to your body when it's saying, okay, enough. Now, of course, life is challenging. Sometimes we can't catch a break. Sometimes we're always on the go. But I feel this month you're going to have a different pace where actually things feel easier. Now, as I say that, right at the end of the month, I really do feel there is a flurry of activity, and it may feel that some things are a little bit clunky at the end of the month, like things are like shifting a gear, but somehow they don't quite fit. But it all comes together. So I want you to be aware of that. That's why you've got the Emperor, which is to be organized with your time, because I feel like you will have a lot going on at the end of the month. So you're going to be more sociable. You're going to have a lot of opportunities coming your way. But also, I feel you're trying to find the balance between some alone time with that Hermit energy here, okay? Now, of course, this is a card of inspiration. So if you've been feeling lethargic or exhausted, it could be that you've had a bit of a block in terms of new ideas or inspiration there, or it could feel that you've been tested. You know, some of you, especially because the Star is in the resistance position and the Hangman is in your protagonist, you could have been a little bit like confused about a direction, or confused about a family dynamic, or even kind of like uncertain about the next steps. Some of you could even be very uncertain about the world and the trajectory that it's on right now. But I see here that you're actually zooming into your life. You're going to see family dynamics change to become a lot more pleasant, okay? And I mean, there could be a little bit of an argument or conflict energy at the end of the month, but this is with someone who really cares about you. And I feel this is, it's almost like people exerting boundaries, saying, I can't do this at this time. So it could be that you are erecting a healthier boundary and saying, look, I need to honor my time. I've got something I need to do. Some of you could have a deadline or something that's really important that you really promised yourself you need to focus on this month. And it could be that you are so full of responsibility and duty there, you don't want to let anyone down. You won't let anyone down, but at the same time, there could be a little bit of conflict or a little bit of frustration because of that inner dynamic. You know, the Five of Wands can be like an inner battle where it's like you have this sense of duty and responsibility, but also you have something that you would love to do yourself. I feel ultimately you'll find the balance between the two, and it can be that something gets rearranged or rescheduled is what I'm seeing here, and you can do it all. You can actually adhere to the responsibility or do whatever it is that you want to do as well. So I feel there will be a balance and you'll be able to fit it all in. But you know, when you take on too much, sometimes we get a little bit touchy. Okay, so I feel there could be a little bitey energy at the end of the month there with someone that you really care about. It's almost like, you know, there's a little bit of a snap between you both because you're just under pressure. Both of you under pressure for different reasons, but ultimately, you know, I feel both of you have this understanding that life has been tough right now, and It's not a free pass at all, but I feel you and this person have a really honest, open dialogue about what you're going through. And it kind of hints to the fact that both of you are under quite a lot of pressure. And, you resolve this and heal it because the star energy is present. Now, of course, this card can indicate that there is a brighter future to look forward to. So a lot of you with this Six of Swords, some of this pressure could be that you're moving. So either you are relocating in terms of your home or job for some of you, especially if you're out of work right now. It could be that the pressure's on, you're feeling a little bit like lost or, a little bit not disassociated, because I feel like you're trying to find your way. The Hermit energy indicates that you are someone who could set up on your own, become your own boss. So a lot of you could be actually moving towards an entrepreneurship, or you have an idea that suddenly comes to mind that you can build upon. And you could actually launch something in the month of May there, which will be very lucrative, very successful. And, I feel it'll put a little bit of pressure. It'll challenge you, but it's going to be so rewarding and you're going to love it. Also, I feel, in terms of Pentacles, you got the Ten of Cups there. So I would say that you move forward towards better financial opportunities. But if you are someone who is not wanting to become your own boss at this stage and you're looking for a job or an opportunity, I see a really great one coming in, something that you're actually going to see as a dream job opportunity, something that you wished for. You may have to travel a little bit further afield for this. For some of you, this could be overseas as well. If you're looking for opportunities abroad or internationally, I feel like there's someone in a position of authority who really loves what you're about and sees your talent and your drive. And they see that you are destined for great things. And they offer you something in a very challenging or competitive arena, but I feel like you outshine everybody, and you actually will step up into a role where you'll either be managing people or you'll be in charge in some way quite quickly. So that's coming through there too. Okay. So with the star energy, I feel a lot of you could be doing some healing as well. If you've been feeling a little bit under the weather, I feel with the Hermit, especially if you've gone through some sort of procedure or, operation or something, this is something that perhaps, because I'm seeing it as you already knew about this or you've just gone through this. I don't see anything as a surprise here, so I want you to be aware of that. But if you have been convalescing after a procedure or a period of unwellness, I definitely see here you may spend a little bit more home time with that Hermit, and it gives you time to think and reflect. But also it enlightens you as to how much pressure you've been putting on yourself, and it gives you an opportunity to basically get back to best, but also readjust your time or the expectations that you put upon yourself. You're capable of great things, but sometimes you take on a little bit too much, what is coming out in the reading and the energy here. So it's almost like time shifts for you in some way, so you get a lot more done, but it doesn't feel highly pressurized, okay? So we have that Six of Swords, and in the resistance position there, because it is in the resistance position at first, it can indicate that some of you have been feeling a little bit stagnant or stuck or unable to move on from something. For some of you, this could be something you've been trying to heal, whether it was a relationship that has been separate now, or some of you may have been grieving. It's this process that is really hard to resolve within yourself. And there's going to be moments where, you're doing okay and you're focused and locked onto goals and trying to get back to best. But then there's going to be moments where it just hits you and it kind of like roots you to the spot. Honor the energy. It's trying to give you a message, but also it's helping you release pressure. And sometimes it's important to recognize it's okay to cry, to release that pressure, because it will kind of like bring the body back into balance, but also pent up emotions will actually stagnate you. So very important, but also it cleans out the tear ducts as well. So it has, a methodical process about it. So I would say honor your emotions during this time. You're a deeply feeling sensitive person, and these emotions arise as, is meant to be. And basically your emotions tend to be a bit of an inner compass about how you're feeling. And if you're feeling the pressure, your body is saying something needs to change. Or if you're feeling left out in the cold, it's your body saying, look, perhaps these people are not resonating. Perhaps this environment is not for me. Perhaps there's a shift. With this Six of Swords, I feel like you're moving on to something better, but some emotions could arise round about the mid-month to really give you that indication that something is amiss and you need to go in search of it, because the Six of Swords is to move forward or to go in search of uncharted territory. And I definitely see a lot of you doing that. Now, for some of you, this could be through new neighborhoods. So, as I mentioned, with that Five of Wands, some of you, like your whole life could be in boxes or in storage because you're on the move, whether you're relocating to a new home. For some of you, it could be that you're becoming a parent for the first time and it's a new experience and it can be a lot of pressure and you're trying to be like enjoying it and relaxed, but at the same time, it's going to be something, an experience that completes your family. It's going to be a very joyful, beautiful experience, but at the same time, it's that period of like fussing before everything happens, making sure everything's in place, and it can be that you're in safe hands. I want you to be aware of that. You have consultants with that Emperor energy who are authoritative, knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. They really love you and they love their job, most importantly. So it can be with that Five of Wands that, I'm just getting this energy. There could be an addition to your birthing team, for example. That's nothing to stress about. I want you to be aware of that. I feel they actually bring more knowledge to the table, and this person is an asset to the team as well. And actually, I feel you may like become firm friends with this person even after, I'm just getting this like connection because your seventh house of partnerships, you're building friendships during this time. Now, moving away from the energy, some of you may be getting a little bit more involved in the community during this period because, with that Hermit energy, if you are someone who has been feeling a bit isolated or alone, or you've been withdrawn recently, you may feel compelled suddenly to get a little bit more active in the community or in hobbies, or even like go to new places and see new faces, because this energy here indicates some of you may decide to go alone to like a group activity, or maybe even go traveling. You may decide to treat yourself for your birthday season to a trip to a gallery or the movies by yourself, because the Hermit can to be traveling solo, okay? And the Six of Swords is to go places. So it could be that you go to a place that you've never been before, you're in an adventurous kind of mood, and I feel you could, for some of you, especially if you're going to like a new hobby or a new community, or you're trying something out that really kind of excites you, I feel like you could build strong friendships. I see two people. One is a more mature person. One is the same sort of age as you. And, honoring differences. Both people have an incredible amount of knowledge, experience, but also friendship to offer. And I feel these people could become, firm friends for life. That's what I'm seeing there as well. Now, a lot of you with that star energy, this is about you not dulling your shine. But I can see here that with the Six of Swords, if you've been going through a testing time, some of you may have withdrawn in order to reflect and work out some problems, do some problem solving, or kind of like work on an issue. And it could be that you've been feeling a little bit bereft. I want you to be aware, the friends who hear your silence are firm friends indeed. Okay, so you could have, a couple of people reaching out to wonder where you're at, or even recognize they haven't seen you for a while and say, hey, how you doing? These people, they miss you. They are connecting to a vibration that perhaps you've just been feeling a little bit insular at this time, and you will connect to them a little bit more at the end of the month, because I see a flurry of activity of you going out, being more sociable. Now, Six of Swords, some of you may be thinking about overseas travel. So whether that's, a quick getaway, because I'm getting this energy, some of you may have had to delay or change your travel plans, maybe even to suit a work environment for some of you, or it could be to suit like a family responsibility, but you will go on a vacation or you will take a trip and you're going to really enjoy it, okay? I mean, with the Five of Wands, there could be a little bit of a hustle bustle with traveling, okay? A little bit of confusion or conflict. For example, because I'm just seeing in the water right now, if you're traveling by air, there could be like a go to gate B and then suddenly it gets changed last minute, go to gate C, and maybe B and C are actually really quite far away from each other. So you're going to have to like quicken your pace to get to the actual gate that it changes to. So I'm just being shown stuff like that right now. But the Six of Swords, for some of you, you may be thinking about moving abroad or going overseas, migrating your life in some way. Some of you, it could be that you are either helping a parent as well with their transition towards retiring, or moving abroad to a house that they are deciding to retire in, or it could also be that you are thinking about your retirement and thinking about real estate and long-term plans to set yourself up for retirement. So you could be looking at connecting to financial advisors. I mean, your second house is influencing you this month. So not only is your season all about finances, about stability and the home life, you know, the second house is all about value, how you value yourself, looking at situations where you give away your power or undersell talents, or even notice when people underestimate you. You're literally going to be locked onto cash, properties, budgets, savings plans, pensions, real estate, all of the stuff. So this month it may feel, you know, that you're just kind of in a mindset of like building wealth and security for you and your nearest and dearest. But you will achieve whatever it is you set out to do and put your energy into, because this is going to be a very rewarding time for you there. Now, the Hermit, you know, it is in the resistance position at first. So this can indicate, especially since you're in a period of looking at your legacy or thinking about who you are, the milestone of your birthday month, you're definitely tapping into your power, because the Emperor is empowerment energy. And actually, your birthday season gives you one of the most powerful energies to move forward and allow yourself to shine that there is in the year. So this is a really monumental month for you to tap into there. But the Hermit in the resistance position can indicate that you're locking on to, you know, not repeating past cycles or being stuck in a rut. Okay, a lot of you are getting more out of the home space at the end of the month, because the Hermit, you know, it's in the resistance position for the first part of the month, which means you may be a little bit more insular or spend a little bit more time in the home space. But also, you know, your seventh house and the second house with this card in the resistance position means you're getting out there, you're connecting to people that you care about, but also it can indicate that, you know, isolation ends, or it can indicate that you feel lighter in your spirits somehow. It can be that with the Hermit energy, there is this pause, this recharging of batteries, a recognition that you needed to regroup your energies in order to feel a little bit more peace. It's necessary to you moving forward on your path. You know, sometimes before we make a really major leap in progress, whether it's in health, whether it's in wealth, whether it's in like opportunities, there's this lull. You know, there's this kind of like pause period, and sometimes this period, although it's a lull in activity, or it feels like there's lots of obstacles or conflicts, you know, where things are not really connecting, you know, that's the breakthrough point. And I definitely see a lot of you having a breakthrough and coming out the other side in a really positive way. Now, I would say this is a big spiritual month for you as well, no matter what belief system you're connected to. So some of you, you could actually go towards some sort of spiritual retreat, or, you know, connect to some sort of mindfulness because of these cards. You know, the Hermit is a deep thought card, as well as the Hangman. You have the Star. So connecting also to the Judgment, this could be that you're locked onto some sort of event, whether it's meditation, you know, Pilates, yoga, or actually like a little course for a day on, you know, connecting to frequencies within yourself, aligning with chakras, even if you're like listening to shamanic drumming or something that resets your energy, that's really connected to earthy kind of sounds. This is going to benefit you, but I definitely see it's something that you're thinking about for this month to enhance your energy, but also to help you get back into a leadership mode, because this card is the Emperor card, and at the end of the month, there is a lot of responsibility. You are very structured. I mean, with the Five of Wands, some of you may launch into a training kind of like system, whether it's educational training or active, getting down the gym, or whether it is that you are literally learning about something that is going to help you optimize your path or expand in some opportunity. I mean, a lot of you, this could be a month where you're offered like a major opportunity. For example, this could be a promotion that you're offered if you're in a job. It could be also a raise, or it could be an opportunity to like handle or manage a project that you're really going to love. For a lot of you, you know, this is an influencer card. So if you are someone who utilizes the internet, or you're an influencer in your industry, this is a great time to shine. The Star energy indicates that you are in the public eye, or you are being seen for something. Now, if you don't want to be in the public eye, it can be that your reputation for whatever it is that you do is increasing, and there's a lot of power behind that. So I would say, you know, the end of the month is a great month for you to step into opportunities and really taking ownership and leadership of your life there. Also, I would say this is a great month to achieve some sort of success. Something is being offered to you with that Knight of Cups, and you're going to love it. It's connected to what you have in your heart, okay? And I feel it utilizes your talent in some way. So yeah, definitely if you're an influencer, I would say you could go viral this month or be seen for something in a very competitive arena with that Five of Wands. Also, with the Emperor there and the Knight of Cups, you know, I mentioned already that some of you could have like a minor conflict with someone that you really care about, but I feel it's because there's a lot of pressure on with that Five of Wands. I mean, coming back to your own energy, I feel this could be that you are managing stress levels more effectively. You could be detoxifying, but also, you know, rehydrating and making sure that you don't allow anyone to meddle with your inner peace, because there's a lot of peace cards here for you. But also, I feel, you know, you're locked onto your sense of duty in this month. Now, of course, the Emperor energy, some of you could be getting some advice as well. And I feel shopping around is important. There's a lot of people out there, but you intuitively will pick the right person who has the information, the smarts, and the qualifications that you need to get whatever it is that you're planning to do done. So if you're traveling abroad or migrating your business or your life abroad, getting the best qualified advice is important because it will help you and will prevent any missteps there. For some of you, you know, now, I'll have to honor this energy because it's coming through. For some of you, if you are a carer, because there's a lot of caring cards here, Ten of Cups, carer, someone who may be caring for a family member, you know, you may have to make a decision this month about your parents' either medication. Maybe it's something that you'll discuss with your parent. For some of you, it could also be if they want to go into like a care community, for example. I definitely see here if you're in that position, because not everybody's going to be in that position. I want you to be aware of that. That's only if you are in this position right now and you're having this conversation with your parent to say, you know, okay, perhaps a care community is something that you would love to be a part of. I definitely see that you find a place where your parent loves and they are really well taken care of, and actually they fit right into the community and they build friendships really easily as well, but also their needs are met. So if that's something that's on your mind, I definitely see here that May will be a very sort of supportive month there for you to get the best out of the situation. So that's coming through there as well. And with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy there too. Now, if some of you are single, because we have the Hermit there and the Hangman, and you may have been waiting a long time for love to come a knocking, then I would say there's going to be rivalry for your affection, because we have the Five of Wands there, which means you may be in a group of people where you notice actually all eyes are on you. There's two people in particular who really take a fancy to you, let's put it that way. I feel one of them could potentially be, you know, a flirtation. Let's put it that way. It could be physical if you want it to be, but it's a flirtation. But also I see true love being offered to you as well. Intuitively, you will know who's the right person for you. I feel a lot of you could be meeting a divine counterpart. And some of you, I mean, it's not even Valentine's Day, but some of you may actually get a message from a secret admirer. I'm just getting this coming through. Now this, if you work in a company or if you are a member of a community, this could be from either a coworker or someone in your community who is not so confident in how you would respond. Now, of course, you want someone who's strong enough to walk by your side, but if you have, you know, a passing fancy for this person already, because I feel some of you may actually have a crush on this person, then I feel declarations of feelings are here, and I feel there could be some movement forward towards a relationship to make it like official, shall we say, especially with that Knight of Cups. Now, also, moving away from the energy, I feel a lot of you are going to get invited to things that you're going to attend, and there may be a conflict when it comes to your diary or to like an appointment, but I feel like you may need to restructure or take charge of your diary a little bit more, because I just get an overlap, a double booking is what I'm seeing there, especially at the end of the month. I do feel for some of you with this double booking, Yeah, I feel it's not this energy of this sense of duty and doing something that you love. It's something separate. You know, I mentioned at the beginning of your reading where you have something that you feel bound by duty to do, and then there's something that you really would love to do. You will be able to do both. But I also see a double booking in your diary for something, and you'll have to restructure it or reschedule it. You won't be able to do both of those things. But I feel like you can reschedule for another time and you will not miss out. And I'm not sure what that's connecting to, but I get this sense of feeling like, oh my gosh, will I miss out on that? But no, you will not miss out. So whatever that is for you, you're not going to miss out. Okay, so for example, if you are someone who is entering competition or you're going for an audition and perhaps you have something that clashes and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't make it work. The universe is going to kind of like help you and make sure that you still get to go to that event and it still benefits you. You don't miss out. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there. Now, the Five of Wands is an energy of a flurry of activity. You're going to have a lot on your to-do list at the end of the month. Lots of ideas. You're going to be very inspired here. There's something here that you have to do alone. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely will lead you to success. So whether this is a passion project, whether this is you running your own business, a lot of you are taking charge, or, you know, if you're an entrepreneur already, this could be a client or someone who utilizes your services, whatever it is that you do, and through word of mouth, they actually increase your sales or your productivity or your activity at the end of the month. But I mean, this card, it kind of indicates something comes from left field at the end of the month, and I just want to see what this is for you. So let me just pull a quick card. I'm getting this left field energy there. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so I'm being given one energy, Ten of Wands, yeah. Something from left field, Ten of Wands. It's like Five of Wands to Ten of Wands. So it could be like a flurry of activity. Then suddenly loads of things come in at once and you just feel like restless, or you feel, okay, I got to change this. I'm not going to slip back into the old way of doing things, or I'm not going to fall back into a routine, or I need to take on everything at once. I just feel with that Hermit in that position, you're like, no. Nope. I'm not going to be allowing myself to be swamped or overwhelmed or take on too much. I just feel you're not going to overcommit yourself. Okay, that's what the Ten of Wands is all about, especially since I feel something coming in left field with that Five of Wands. Let me see how you deal with this. Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands, you know, this is about you following your passions. It's about you magnetizing opportunities towards you without overwhelming yourself, but also it's about you having a glow up. And with that Ten of Wands energy and the Five of Wands, it's almost like if there is competition or if there is rivalry for something, you outshine people or you get the attention that you need, because the Queen of Wands is all about attention. So it feels like the spotlight will be on you this month for an opportunity. And for some of you, it comes from saying no. You know, I'm just getting this sense of value. Like, how can I put this? I'm trying to work out the energy here. So it's almost as if, and I'm just going to give you like this scenario to kind of highlight the energy that I'm feeling, okay? So for example, if you work for a highly pressurized environment and the CEO of that environment comes over and says, okay, I know you're busy, but you need to deal with this as well. And I'm just going to pile all of this stuff on top of what you're doing. And you're like, okay, I acknowledge that we're super busy at this time of year. I'm really up for the challenge, would love to take on the extra work. However, I need to prioritize this first because it represents this company in a better light and it highlights better returns. So I'm going to prioritize this. And whilst I will get round to what you're asking me to do, I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I'm going to prioritize this and focus on this because this needs attention. And at first, people might see like, oh my gosh, you don't say no to the boss. But the boss looks at you like, I like you. This person is surrounded by yes people. and you are exerting the word no, saying no, but you're saying it in a very diplomatic way that benefits the company or benefits the situation. I'm not saying it's a work-related thing, but by you saying no and giving your valid reasons for saying it, it's almost like, I'm going to do this another time, but right now I'm going to focus on this because this is important. They really respect that. And it actually gives you a better relationship with this person or opens up opportunities. Random, I know, but that's come through. So it could also be that you're asked to host something, maybe in the community or even in your family, and you're like, you know what, I'd love to do it, but not right now because I'm swamped. I've got a lot on. And I feel it's about the give and take dynamic where people don't expect, and therefore it retains some sort of balance. So if you're the person who's always doing something, sometimes saying no, I'm not going to overwhelm myself, will garner greater respect. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there as well. Now also, Queen of Wands is to beautify. It is to have a glow up. It's to really focus on, you and having additions to your wardrobe, for example, sense of self. You could be treating yourself to something. Queen of Wands with the Ten of Wands could indicate something that you use as a beauty routine actually stops being retailed. Okay, I hate to give that message, so it could be that you found an alternative with that Five of Wands, and actually it's even better than you were using in the first place. So it's like finding the alternative there as well. Now, in terms of money, I would say, of course, you're focused on finances this month, your security for your nearest and dearest. You're looking at opportunities to build upon what you have. The Emperor is all about being strict with finances, so you could lock on to a strict financial budget this month and a strategy. I feel a lot of you may be getting rebates this month as well, if you have been going through tax time. I also feel this energy of like lump sum coming through. Maybe even a secret stash for emergencies you'll be able to pull your resources into. But I see a lot of you connecting to hobbies this month and maybe even launching something that you haven't done before or even have done for a while is what I'm seeing. Okay, now, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? Now, we do have union. So I did mention, some of you, there is a potential for a partnership here when it comes to love, but also this could be in business. Could also be you and your family are deciding to, go into business together, or it could be you and your partner. Maybe you and a sibling, or even you and a soul tribe member are thinking about, supporting each other in some way, maybe even moving in together to pool your resources and be really savvy with your finances. But it says here, doing something with someone, coming and working together, collaborating. I mean, the Queen of Wands is the queen of collaboration, building, connections with people, strong soul bonds with people as well, and, co-creating, dedicating yourself to a vision, achieving something. But it's not just all about achievements, it's all about connections with people. So a lot of you networking, but also building strong soul connections with friends and meeting new people as well there. But I feel there's something here that you have to do alone. So I feel like you're spending a portion of the month doing something that's prioritizing your time and then locking on to being a little bit more sociable there as well. We also have the rise. So I definitely see a lot of success here. This could be a rise to fame with that star energy. It could be a rise to a very important position or a position of authority with a lot of respect. Could even be a rise in your reputation. It says here, rebuilding from the ground up, reborn as something different and rising from the ashes. And I did mention at the beginning there that it looks like you've been going through a very testing time. So you could be rebuilding something, and you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. So I definitely see here that, you are elevating in life and you're transitioning towards something greater. And also we have high on life. There's a little cat there, BASTET. I love that because that's all about independence. It's about honoring your position. Actually, I'm using a deck here, Solaris Tarot, and of course it's got BASTET there on that deck. So this is a nice kind of like supportive card to it to highlight. But it says, extremely happy with life, living life to the fullest, excitement and happiness. And I do see that that is what is coming for you in the month of May. A lot of contentment, a lot of joy, a lot of living in the present moment, building on what you already have, and of course, opening yourself up to more. That Emperor there is going to help you think about your 5-year plan, and really there's a flurry of activity where you may learn more about who you are, what you want, and even utilize some sort of education in order to either upskill or even lock onto your sense of purpose. A lot of you will dedicate yourself to a way of living or a lifestyle change this month that makes you feel more at ease or more at peace with your journey. And there's a lot of abundance there for you to have, and a lot of serenity. You know, I feel whatever you're paying attention to this month, you're going to see rewards in it. And, you know, 10 of Cups there is an indication that you will celebrate yourself this month as well. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we've only got one rune there, and this is the human rune, the self. Okay, so this month is all about you, and it is your birthday season. So I would say that this is about you thinking deeply, being in thought about your sense of purpose, your creativity, locking on to what it is you desire, and, you know, letting go of anything that has been holding you back, and cathartically releasing some very heavy emotions so that you can move forward. And I would definitely say here that there is this energy of trying to live life to the fullest by identifying that missing ingredient and trying to release the pressure to live locked on to what truly makes you feel happy. Okay, and not allowing anything outside of yourself to infiltrate your inner peace. So I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates. A lot going on there, and it may not resonate with everyone, but I have to give the message that comes through there. So thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.